Welcome, everyone. This is Glenda Dawson from Glenda's Magical Creations, and you're watching channel messages from the Council 9 and other councils of light beings. I also have Eric Husbands here, and a couple of our members are also participating with us today. Um, I just want to give you, for those that have never seen this before, I just want to give you a little background. Uh, as soon as we're born, society makes us forget a lot of our abilities, a lot of our memories from previous lives, from previous times, from previous dimensions, even our gifts. So this is the time where humanity is at a crisis, and we need to raise the vibrations and reignite those memories so we can then ascend to the proper dimension that we have been aiming for. So for us, it would be going into the fifth dimension, 5D. And this way we can raise the vibrations of Earth, of Gaia, of Terra, so we could continue being here for the greater good of every living thing. And by taking these journeys, we ignite memories, we get messages, we get guidance. And a lot of the times, we are surprised sometimes where we go, because this is meant for everyone to get memory recollection. Let's just say that. Some of the stuff may be personal, and at that point, the member will just say it's personal, or they'll say, yes, I acknowledge, and leave it at that. And, we respect everyone's privacy. But this is usually at a global level, even though we are experiencing our own memory reignition, so to speak. All right. So welcome, everyone. Eric, Council 9, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good, good. I do have Masi here, Maze. He likes to be called different names, one of those two, but usually he's here. He's coming in with a big smile in his face, and basically just trying to make us laugh. So I think today we're going to have a lot of laughs. Not sure. If not, he's making sure that we laugh. What can I say? Which is good. It raises our vibrations, right? And laughter is a great medicine. Heals every single body of our psyche, no matter whether it's mental, spiritual, so on, so on, so on. It helps it all. So let's just close our eyes for a second so we can just settle in, be mindful of what is happening at this moment, pushing aside everything else. This is the moment to be mindful of what is going on at this second. And if you start taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths, it will help your body settle into that perfect energy. It will help your mind let go of any thoughts that are not about this moment. And, it will just help you connect better. Now, for those that do not know how to astral project or travel or any out of body traveling or anything like that, just set the intention that you're going to go where we go. And surrender to that experience, and then let that experience become part of you. All this has always been positive, and it will continue to be positive because we connect with higher beings, divine beings, light beings, councils of every single type there is, and they're here to help humanity and to help the earth and help every living thing, because once we get help, the universe also gets the benefit of that. Okay, so if any of our members have any coordinates or any messages or anything that comes to you, the floor is open and you're welcome to share.
36945 blue. 36945 blue.
Okay. Thank you. All I could tell you is that I feel that energy already in my shoulder blades, going from my shoulder blades, tingling up all the way to my crown chakra, which is very interesting.
My animal guide started long before we actually, I think, started recording actually. So my white dragon, there's a 10-point buck, beautiful doe, and various others that are with us as protectors. And just a very peaceful, serene energy field.
I feel that peacefulness. This is a great place to go back to when you need de-stressor. Have to remember that coordinate. Now I see, not exactly like on Earth, like I've ever seen, but it's like a beach, but the sand is not white or light. The sand is actually black, but the water is extremely brilliant blue. Almost like a sapphire blue. Very bright, very clear. And at the horizon, I don't see a sun, but I see the colors, like yellows and oranges, just there. And it could be because I connect with the ocean all the time, water all the time. But that's where I am, and I'm just sitting on what I would call the sand. So I'm just enjoying that whole view, relaxing and getting a download because I'm feeling the what I would call when say your leg goes numb and you feel those, feels like ants crawling, kind of that same
Pins and
feeling.
needles.
Yes, pins and needles. Thank you.
And there are beautiful red flowers. They're really interesting to watch them grow. When they first start out, they sort of remind me of a carnation, but as they get bigger, they're closer to the shape of a daffodil. It's really fun to watch.
Yes, it is a beautiful, it's perfect because the backdrop and those colors are just gorgeous, peaceful.
flowers are a beautiful shade, a deep tone of red, but not so deep of color that they would be called something else, something different. It's still decidedly red.
And there are dolphins out in the distance on the water, breaking through periodically, just dancing and entertaining us.
And those dolphins are now sending healing energy through us to every living thing on this earth. We're becoming the conduit for that energy at this moment.
What I think is, if correct, this is a possible healed Earth environment.
Mhm. Yes, could be.
There's a go ahead.
There's a member of the Council of Nine that has something to say. And Eric, they're giving you the message now.
We are inviting humanity, or at least the members who are listening to this emission, we are inviting them to this new healed Earth for you to visit, for you to connect with, for you to become. And become means, as Eric suggested, your future you is here if you want to. The only thing you need to do is connect with it and you're here. It's your path, your possibility, your probability, but it is your choice. And the only thing you need to do is to accept the invite. The invite is to become the, in Eric's words, but someone can rectify that, your possible future parallel Earth essence, where we are healed. Thank you.
Thank you. Jazz, I apologize. I know you have.
That's okay. No worries. Under the water, there is a crystal formation that is, there are clear crystals, there are white crystals, there are sapphire crystals. That the dolphins oftentimes draw from for their own healing and healing that they send to others. And we can access this crystal structure just by bringing it into focus in our mind. But we can swim out, we can dive under, we can embrace it in any fashion that we wish.
Which explains why I went from sitting on the beach to diving into the water and turning into a mermaid.
Mm.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Mm-hmm.
You're want the color of your hair to change, touch the color crystal you want your hair to be.
Okay.
So everything is full with energy, everything is full with healing, everything is full with communication and information. Notice that every aspect of the scenery you can communicate with, you can conversate with, you can learn from. All is connected.
Mhm. It is very beautiful. Jess, you're getting something.
There is a forestation of sorts, whether it's jungle or forest, whatever. Behind us, behind the beach area. And in it, there is a small dwelling that's basically an apothecary. That is where I live there. And my hair is blue. Thank you for the hair color change. but it's a marvelous blue. It's just kind of like, okay. The healing that's available through the dolphins in the water and through the other entities it is there for the taking, for sure. But if you need deeper healing, that is one of my roles there, is to help provide that deeper healing.
So it's beautiful. Your future self is gorgeous. And my hair is braided. Whole bunch of braids, very long. It goes from one color out to another color. Just blends in. What can I say? I guess it's easier to swim that way. All right, does someone notice or see the entity coming towards whatever is coming towards us? It's very positive, and I feel that it's healing energy already. And I really can't haven't been able to focus on what it is or who it is.
I think that's Mr. Blue in a different shape.
Okay.
But he's bringing all the colors, flying colors.
Okay.
It was interesting when you said flying colors, the atmosphere changed to be even clearer, if somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And energetically, I saw a white lily type of flower, not in a physical sense, but in that kind of like a ghostly, kind of etheric, see-throughy kind of, but still a white lily type of flower in the sky.
I get the imp. This is a place, an area, as Jess mentioned, of deep or deeper healing. And all those colors are the tools Jazz is using. I don't see Glenda. That's strange. Ah, okay. You're not Glenda. Okay, you become totally different person. Okay, that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Your
Mm.
definition. So yeah, you cannot link to Glenda anymore. You can in theory, but practical, no, it's too far off, so to speak. That I need to tell you.
Well,
This is not comparable.
mm,
It's compatible, but not comparable.
yes.
Even though there's a physical impression of what's in front of us, it's as much ethereal as it is a physical place. It's not, the physical world does not define it. Let me put it that way.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. And still it exists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's almost like if first class, second class, and the solidity is like the second class aspect, it's
Oh,
not the
yeah.
primary.
No.
Mm-hmm.
They're also telling me True Blue, so we all agree on this exists, and still it's not called physical.
Mhm.
So this is also an invite to redefine physicality.
Mm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, I'm looking at Glenda. That is a new kind of physicality.
Mm-hmm.
Well, physicality would in part be defined by where we're from. Yeah, it's gonna be different in different places. There's a planet out there that's mostly like a royal blue light. We would call it like a gas giant,
Mm-hmm.
but and the people that live on the planet are of the same color. They're very tall, but they just kind of glide on the surface um, of that gas giant, and for them that's physicality, but it's very, very different from what we here on this earth plane would understand as physicality.
Okay, and maybe I misunderstood you, and maybe I did understand you correctly. So here I go. It's indeed physicality is, it shows you who you are and where you are from. So physicality means that's who you define as, and that's it.
That's a good way to put it, sure.
Mm-hmm.
And strangely again, it's a comparison far off, but it's like a letter. When you look at the backside, it's coming from there and there and there and there and there, and that's your physicality.
Mm-hmm.
So you're you are the content of the letter, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
That's your starting point.
Okay. Sounds good. And by the way, the reason I am very different, because I didn't have to come back, but I decided to come back.
And okay, and I second that. That is showing. Literally, it's on your forehead, so to speak, or all your essence. I don't have to be here, but
I am.
but I am, till I decide not to.
Right. An agreement I made.
Yeah. Okay, I would like to dive into that because let me look and scan. Okay, whatever I get, correct or not, you're on 3 places at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Constantly.
Yes. Can you imagine how tired I am? Yes.
So you're not shape-shifting, you're not bilocating, whatever that means. You're 3 persons actively, permanently.
Mm-hmm.
And not on that planet, so to speak.
Right.
Those other 2.
Right. It's knowingly and willingly at 3 different places, not even the same dimensions, knowing exactly what happens in each and every place and managing each and every, how can I say, existence.
Yeah. And for the record, for those who doubt, she is on 3 spots, 3 times 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you try to do the math, but
Yes. That's why I like the braids. It's easier to maintain. Okay. Now, Leaf, I hear you're seeing or getting something. And if you don't recognize it yet, it's okay. Then it's going to be Jazz. They're going from Leaf to Jazz to Eric. And that's their sequence right now.
I'm not getting anything at this moment. See if I can. So far, I'm still not picking anything up.
Okay, it's all right.
okay. That mean neither. So let me think about that. I see something, but that's so far away.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check on that. But indeed, Jazz is that's a good thing, a positive thing. But I don't see Jazz. She's behind me.
Mm.
The energies of where we are swirling. The colors are integrating. The atmosphere is very electric right now. It speaks to unity. It speaks to oneness. It speaks to freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And with freedom comes responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And a dedication to the awareness of healing and the need for healing and the amplitude of available healing that's within where we are. And as wonderful as this is, in various dimensions and various planes, there are ones that are even more immensely blessed with healing properties.
Okay, but I think, Jess, you're describing yourself at the moment. You're
Well,
an
that's possible.
amplitude of possible healing. And the rest I could not note anymore, but that's I read down.
Well, that's very possible. While I don't know that I am not aware of being in multiple places at one time. There is certainly an awareness of the knowledge in these different places that I am in at a given atom of time, whatever you want to talk about.
Okay.
I don't know how to word it.
We have limited vocabulary, so we can do
Yeah.
only what we can do.
Yeah. Time is not really existing.
Mhm.
I said to someone one day that it's a contrived entity of man, and they said, "Oh, it definitely is not." I was like, "Yeah, it is." It's like you have no depth of understanding to know why I just said, but that's okay. They didn't need to at the time. It's really a mystical experience, to be sure.
Mhm.
I sense an ethereal nature about what you've experienced, Glenda, and to a certain extent, this is too for me. It's really hard to describe, but I want to say floaty. There's just a suspension of that solidness of what human beings identify with.
Mhm.
And it's freeing, it's allows the unity and integration of all that is to be much more fluid and dynamic.
Mhm.
Separateness is not even really a construct.
Correct. I agree. I'm actually seeing right now, as you were speaking, a beautiful shell that just opened up, and there was the biggest, most beautiful pearl that I have ever seen. And it speaks to the purity that is found in not just in this place, but in all of us. The lovingness, the oneness, the unconditional love that we all have inside of us, that if we just let it happen, it will open up and it will be a beautiful gem, beautiful pearl, beautiful thing for everyone to enjoy.
And just to be aware, there was a negative force coming from the earth plane, and I was able to put a bubble around us and this beautiful place that we're at to shield any negative from coming through. Just to be aware that somebody doesn't want us to be so tuned in.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but the positive becomes the light, and the light will always shine. Once that candle is lit, once that lighthouse is lit, it will not turn off ever. That is why when you go to experience a lighthouse near the beach or in a little island right off certain towns or certain beach towns, you will see that light on constantly, day or night. And by doing this, we become the lighthouses so that people can find themselves out of the darkness, so that people can be awakened, so people can spark their memories, so people can then tune in on purpose into the unity that we are in, into the oneness that we are all, into the divine energy that's all around us and in us, and also we're a part of. I know it is very hard to understand sometimes when someone is going through things, but just remember that there is unconditional love that will give you the understanding and the energy you need to get out of the darkness. That lighthouse is always on. Those dark forces may be able to get through at one point and may be able to put one of us out, but the other ones will continue to be bright. And then we will help that one that's a little dark reignite and shine brighter than ever. So those people that are trying to stop this, remember, you stop this, you stop yourself. You interfere with this, you interfere yourself. What you're doing will be interfered, not by us, but by your own doing.
You
Because-
effectively are building a cage around yourself.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, and that's what I feel specific not looking at Jazz future because of that cage concept. She opted to leave the concept of that cage of physicality, how humans things they are defined with. As I said, I'm not going to show that symbolic cage anymore. So I drop that kind of physicality.
Mhm.
And for Leaf, if correct, I see her far, far, far away. Again, somewhat private. But I see her at the limits or the edge of this universe, even beyond this universe. I see only a spot. That's it. I'm here and that's all. And she wanted to do something else.
Well, she was putting up the shields around us. So that was good. Okay, so what I am getting, it is time to focus on making the light brighter. And if you don't know how to do that, just set the intention. I don't mean for our members. I know our members know how to do that. But for those that are with us going through this journey, just make your light brighter. And if you can't, just set the intention. And you will be able to see, even if your eyes are closed, the room get brighter and brighter and brighter. Even if you're listening or watching this in the middle of the night. And help raise the vibration. Okay. Now, Leaf, thank you for doing that. You could come back now. You don't have to be on the outside any longer.
Thank you.
Just
Mm.
use that plant that's right in front of you. Take one particular leaf, which is the third one down. Pick it. Say thank you to the plant. And just squeeze it in your hands like this. And feel that energy. And now I see Mr. Blue Man. Eric, he's talking to you now.
Hey, Mr. Blue, Marzi. Invite all people to come through me and to connect with their healed self, their future self, their parallel self, their other self, whatever you call it, your non-self even. In order to brighten up your colors, to become the rainbow you are, to shine your light, to be who you are, to be who you already are, here and now. It might look like future, but it isn't. It's only a perspective. Time is a perspective. I will assist you. We will assist you. Jazz will assist you as an amplitude of healing. We are ready. The invitation stands. Thank you.
Thank you.
You just got a flood of being souls that have converged in this area.
Mm-hmm. I concur. I see that.
Many of them are struggling to comprehend the immensity of the gift that's here. Marvel is probably the pervading thought.
Mhm.
And just before that, Mr. Blue and I were dancing. I don't know. I didn't get it.
Okay. Okay.
And there you go.
Think what you have to think. Yeah.
Alrighty now. Yes,
But healing is as much movement as it is a concentration on energy. And that movement, whether you call it dance or whatever, it has release in it. And I think what we were doing was paving the way for the release of those who are present now to unfold in its entirety.
Mhm. It's because I was going to say, as you guys are dancing, as you step forward, so you continuously were moving forward, there was an actual walkway with crystals being built by your feet. So as you were floating, dancing, it's like you were constructing the walkway. And each one of those crystals is very energetic, designed for healing as one needs. And the souls that are walking behind as it's being built are amazed and ecstatic because they're getting healed. They're not feeling the pain that they have been feeling, whatever pain existed in them.
That pain is like a grain of sand that worked in the clamshell to produce the pearl. It seems monumental, certainly when you're going through it, but it is that which allows us to become even more than we could ever imagine.
Yes.
And each person has that pearl within them. They just need to focus beyond the suffering, beyond the pain. Which is why they're here.
And as Mr. Blue defines, he said again before, don't focus on human words if you want to go beyond the experience. Make it colors, so you soften them. They are just energies. They are not concepts. They are not things. They are not physical, so to speak. They are just colors. That's our hint. Play with colors. Don't fight with them.
There are those who get hung up on balance with that, but there's no need to. The colors that are chosen are there for a reason, and it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Balance again is a construct of man-made thoughts.
Yes.
All right, so Eric, you have a message from the man in black. And either Jazz or Leave have a message from the child. Or these were my instructions.
Okay. That's a funny thing. The man in black is for me someone who has never been in this meeting, but I have other meetings, and his father is the man in black. So strange that he pops up here, and he's just saying the same thing as we all said, and Jazz more or less through blue. He said, I've made many mistakes in my life. I've been a horrible person in my life. But if I can inspire people to go beyond the concept of human, I don't know why he uses sacrifice. He said, don't sacrifice. I sacrificed my life. I sacrificed other people. I'm not going to do that anymore. Consider me the man in black. Consider me the man I was in the past, which I am not anymore. That's my symbol of the man in black.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, who's got the message from the child?
As you said, there's a message from the child. My hands went forward, open but together.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt a lotus to be centered on them. But as Eric was finishing, it became a waterfall of hope, of resilience, of constancy, of love.
And it's the child within that will save us all.
Very good. Very good. And for those that are watching, remember, we are uniting energetically so we could, each one of us, bring a piece to that puzzle that is the oneness. And we all experience the goodness, the healing. We are experiencing the future healed possibility of us humans being in a very healed environment, possibly Earth, possibly someplace else. But we are capable of reaching that potential. This is one of the reasons they're showing this to us today. Just a matter of perspective, a matter of priority, and a matter of not so much worrying about the verbiage, the words, what we call something, but about the energy that we bring to ourselves and to others. And by doing something that is positive, by giving a positive energy, we are also igniting the memories of who we truly are. and raising the vibrations at the same time so that ascension can occur smooth, that ascension can occur exactly as it's supposed to, and that ascension can occur and we could be in a better place. All of us with knowledge, full understanding, full of compassion, full of empathy, and full healing. And the dolphin jumped on when I said, okay.
And this in itself, the dolphin says, is the healing happening there and here now.
It's interesting, the crystal path. I see it straight ahead, but I also see all of these beautiful branches, so that each person has their own healing path.
And I'm referencing the tree of life.
I'm also sensing that it's time that we begin to close.
Yeah, I was getting the tap on the shoulder. Okay. Anybody have anything else that they're getting before we go back down? Okay, start going down slowly, step by step. I will count from 3 to 1. 3, 2, 1. We're back in our 0, whatever that means to you. I'd like to thank our members, of course. I'd like to thank Eric, the council, Mr. Blue, Man in Black, the child, and everyone else that was here, all of the beings that were here with us today. Our audience, those that wanted to participate, I hope you had a wonderful, blessed experience. And with that being said, thank you, everyone. Namaste. And as always, we love you. Have a great week. Bye.